Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive in. Today we're doing something a little different. We're going deep on Alicia Keys.
Yeah. But not just her music.
Right, her impact like beyond the music, on the world.
Exactly. It all started with her winning that Dr. Dre Global Impact Award at the Grammys.
Yeah.
Like, what has she done outside of music to deserve that?
Yeah, and we've got so much to work with. We've got like her childhood, right? Growing up in Hell's Kitchen and then becoming a global icon. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. And we've also got her Grammy acceptance speech, which was super powerful.
Oh yeah, and some pretty amazing statistics about her work in philanthropy.
Right. And as we dig into all this stuff, you'll see this kind of like Phoenix Rising theme emerge.
Ooh, Phoenix Rising. Tell me more.
So, like Alicia Keys, she's faced a lot of challenges, right? From navigating racial identity growing up to dealing with the crazy pressures of fame.
Right.
But each time she's like transformed these obstacles into fuel?
Okay, I'm hooked. Let's unpack this Phoenix Rising idea.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
Well, I think her Grammys acceptance speech is a perfect place to start.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
It wasn't just the typical like thank yous and shout outs. It was a whole message
Right.
about diversity and inclusion and like the power of music to unite people.
Yeah, yeah. It was powerful.
It really captured like the essence of who she is and what she stands for.
There was that part, I don't know if you remember, where she said, DEI is not a threat, it's a gift. Chills.
Right. Such a powerful statement, especially, in today's world.
It's true. What did you think about that statement?
I mean, it was incredibly impactful. It wasn't just like a catchy phrase. It was a reflection of her understanding of how important inclusion is.
And she didn't just like mention it and move on.
Yeah.
She really like embraced it and presented it as this like strength.
Totally. And then she went on to talk about music as this unstoppable language connecting us all.
Oh, yeah. And she even used this incredible metaphor. She said, when destructive forces try to burn us down, we rise like phoenixes.
Chills.
Literally.
It really gets to the core of her message, right? Resilience and unity.
Yeah.
And the power of music to like break down barriers.
So she's definitely like using her platform to talk about things she really cares about.
Absolutely.
Well, she got pretty specific about the lack of women in music production.
Yeah, she pointed out that only 2.8% of music producers are women.
It's crazy. Like what?
It really makes you think about the systemic barriers that are like in place.
Absolutely.
It's really inspiring to see her using her platform to talk about this.
Yeah, totally. And then there was Queen Latifah, who presented her with the award.
Oh, right.
She had some pretty amazing things to say about Alicia, too.
Yeah, Queen Latifah called her a constant inspiration.
Yeah.
She praised not just her talent, but also her heart.
Yeah.
And her dedication to actually making a difference. It's clear that Alicia Keys is using her platform for something bigger than herself.
So she's clearly not in it for, like, herself.
No, not at all.
She even used the Grammys to help raise money for wildfire relief, right?
Yeah. Throughout the whole broadcast, they were showing a QR code for people to donate, and Alicia really emphasized it during her speech.
That's awesome.
They ended up raising over $7 million for those affected by the wildfires.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's amazing to see how these events can be used to support important causes.
It just feels like her whole approach to success is different.
Right.
It's not about like personal gain. It's not about awards.
Exactly.
It's about serving others and using her platform to make a real difference in the world.
She's redefining what it means to be successful. It's not just about reaching the top. It's about lifting others up along the way.
So it's amazing how she uses her success to like help others, but her journey to get to this point hasn't been easy. Right?
Definitely not. It's been a real journey.
You mentioned earlier this Phoenix Rising idea. Can we like talk more about that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, what were some of the obstacles that she had to overcome?
Right, exactly.
Well, let's rewind a bit and go back to her childhood in Hell's Kitchen in New York. I mean, that's a tough place to grow up.
For sure.
And being biracial, like trying to figure out her identity, it was definitely a challenge for her.
Yeah, I bet those early years, they really shaped her.
Yeah.
Like made her resilient.
Definitely. And those challenges didn't stop when she got famous.
Oh, I bet not.
Imagine, like, being 16 years old,
Yeah.
fresh out of high school, and you're already signed to a huge record label.
Sounds like a dream come true.
Right. But behind the scenes, she was facing all this pressure to, like, be what the industry wanted her to be, you know?
Yeah, it's not always, glamorous, right, when you're in the spotlight so young.
Exactly. I mean, she even talks about stylists trying to get her to dress more provocatively at 16.
Oh, wow. That's messed up.
It's a dark side of fame that people don't always see.
I can't even imagine the kind of pressure she must have felt. To be, like, perfect all the time.
Right. And it wasn't just about how she looked. She had to maintain this image of, like, the perfect, soulful princess.
It's so fake, though. Like, it's not real life.
Totally. And it's a lot for anyone to handle, let alone a teenager who's still figuring herself out.
Absolutely. So, like, how did she deal with that? Was there a moment when she kind of, like, broke free?
Well, there were actually several turning points for her, but a big one was when she kind of had a breakdown a few years into her career.
That makes sense. Like, it can be a lot to handle.
To escape, all the expectations and the pressure, she went to Egypt.
Egypt? Really? Wow.
Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy.
Like fleeing the country.
It was a big step for her.
For sure.
But it shows how desperate she was to just be herself.
Oh, wow.
She talks about it as, like, shedding the masks and finding her true voice.
Yeah. So going to Egypt was like a journey to find herself.
Exactly. She immersed herself in the culture, She visited ancient sites and connected with people from all walks of life.
That sounds incredible. Like, really transformative.
It was. It really helped her reclaim her power.
So this Egypt trip is like a literal phoenix rising moment, right?
You got it. She went through a dark time and came out stronger, more authentic.
I love that. And this was also like around the time her activism started, right?
Right. She started to see how important it was to use her platform to speak out against injustice.
Makes sense. Like once she found her own voice, she could help others find theirs too.
Exactly. And like a perfect example of this is when she decided to embrace the #NoMakeup movement.
Oh, yeah. That was huge.
It was 2016. And, she'd been in the industry for years, always expected to look perfect.
Right.
And then, boom, she ditches the makeup and just owns her natural beauty.
It was such a statement, especially in an industry that's, so focused on appearance.
Exactly. She was like, This is me. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. And so many women connected with that,
Yeah. Oh, totally. It sparked a huge conversation about, like, self-acceptance,
Yeah.
and challenging beauty standards.
It's like it wasn't just a trend. It was like a movement.
It really was. It was empowering.
And it went beyond makeup, right?
Of course. It was about Alicia taking control, rejecting the pressure to be someone she's not.
And then you have Keep a Child Alive.
Right. The organization she co-founded to help children and families affected by HIV/AIDS.
Yeah.
And they've raised a ton of money, over $250 million.
Wow, that's amazing. It's not just like a one-time thing either.
No, it's ongoing. They fund treatment, prevention, and support programs in Africa and India.
So she's really looking at like the whole picture. It's not just about giving money. It's about actually making a difference.
Exactly. And she's also really committed to empowering women,
Like with Choose the Music.
Yeah, exactly. Increasing the number of women in music production.
It's great how she's doing that from like different angles.
Right. She's talking about it, but she's also creating solutions.
And she's a great example herself. She's a successful producer and songwriter.
Absolutely. She's walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Okay, so we've talked about her tough childhood, her journey of self-discovery in Egypt.
Right. It's been quite a ride.
The #NoMakeup movement, her work with Keep a Child Alive, and she is the music.
Yeah. And we can't forget, like, how she handles setbacks.
Oh, that's right. She's not perfect.
Right. She's made mistakes, faced criticism.
It happens to everyone.
Totally. Especially online, like with social media and everything.
So what kind of controversies has she been involved in?
Well, there was that comment she made about gangster rap back in 2008.
Oh, right. I remember that.
And then more recently, she got some criticism for an Instagram post about paragliding.
It's hard to get it right all the time.
It really is. But what's important is how she responds,
How does she respond?
She owns it. She acknowledges her mistakes and apologizes.
That's good. It makes her seem more human, Like
Yeah.
she's not afraid to admit she messed up.
Exactly. It makes her message even more powerful in a way.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about her difficult childhood, the pressure of fame, her journey of self-discovery, in Egypt.
Yeah.
Her stand against societal expectations with the #NoMakeup movement, and then her work to help others, and even her willingness to, like, own up to our mistakes.
And it all points to a real shift in how she views success.
In what way?
It's not about being famous and rich anymore. It's about using her platform to make a difference.
Yeah.
It's about leaving the world better than she found it.
I like that. Like, yes, chase your dreams, but use your success to lift others up.
That's it. That's her message. And it's not just for her, it's for everyone.
It's a really inspiring look at her journey. She's clearly more than just a talented musician.
Absolutely. She's a force for positive change.
I love that. A force for positive change.
Yeah.
But hold on, there's one more piece of this puzzle, right?
You got it. We need to talk about her definition of success. It's like woven into everything she does.
Yeah. Okay, so we've covered like her journey and her struggles, her activism,
right,
how she uses her platform to help others. But what does success actually mean to Alicia Keys? Like, what does she think it is?
It's a good question. I mean, for her, success is about service. It's about using what she's got to help others, Her gifts, her platform to make the world better and more just, more equitable, leaving the world a little bit better.
Yeah, so it's not about like winning awards.
No.
It's not about, money or fame.
Not at all. It's about using your success to make a positive impact.
It's a philosophy that, it shows in everything she does, like her music and her activism and everything.
Exactly. And her latest stuff, it really shows how committed she is to service, to making an impact.
Oh, yeah.
Like her partnership with UNESCO.
UNESCO.
Yeah, to launch music programs in 100 different countries by 2026.
Whoa, 100 countries. That's a lot.
It is.
That's huge. What are those music programs going to do? Like, what's the goal there?
The main goal is to give kids around the world access to music education.
Okay.
To encourage them to be creative and express themselves.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and she sees music as like this universal language, right, that can, connect people from all different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And, it's really meaningful because she grew up in Hell's Kitchen where a lot of kids don't have access to stuff like that.
Right.
So she's trying to, level the playing field a bit, give other kids the opportunities she maybe didn't have.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really inspiring.
It's a great example of, using her success to help others.
Right. Not just talking about it, actually doing it.
So she's committed to, using her resources to create a better world.
Exactly. And she's also using her art to inspire people.
Oh, right. Like with her Broadway show.
Yeah. Hell's Kitchen.
That must have been so powerful to take her own story.
It was.
And put it, on stage.
Absolutely. It was a deeply personal project for her.
Yeah.
She poured her heart and soul into it.
Right.
Exploring themes of identity and resilience and like finding your voice.
It's crazy how much our personal stories can connect with other people.
It really is.
So we've got, the UNESCO thing.
Right.
And then her musical. Both using music to like empower people.
Yeah. But beyond these specific projects, there's a bigger message here, I think.
What's that?
Alicia Keys is redefining success.
Okay.
It's not about being the best, It's about making a difference, about doing something that matters.
So it's not just about what you achieve,
right,
but about how you help others.
Exactly. And it's something we can all do, no matter who we are, what we do.
We can all make a difference.
Yeah. Even small things can have a big impact.
So what can we all take away from this whole, deep dive into Alicia Keys? What have we learned?
I think the biggest thing is that we all have the potential to do good.
Yeah.
We all have gifts, things we can use to make a positive impact.
We don't have to wait for, like, a big opportunity.
No, not at all. Even small acts of kindness can ripple out and affect others. Just like, remember when Alicia started the #NoMakeup movement?
Yeah.
That was about embracing who you are,
Right.
And using your voice to stand up for what's right.
It reminds me of that quote she shared by Toni Morrison.
Oh, yeah.
She said, "Dream a little before it's too late."
Wow, I love that.
It's about imagining a better world and then actually doing something to make it happen.
And Alicia Keys is showing us it's possible.
Yeah.
She's proof that you can be successful and compassionate and use your platform for good.
It's been a really inspiring deep dive, I think.
It really has.
She's so much more than just, a musician.
Absolutely. She's an incredible person.
And it's a good reminder that we all have that power within us.
Right. We all have the potential to make a difference.
So as you're, going about your day to day, ask yourself, what masks am I wearing?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And how can I use my own, unique gifts to make the world better?
Beautiful. I love that.
This has been awesome. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Alicia Keys.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, remember to, Be yourself, use your voice, and never stop dreaming of a better world.